Tonight's race is sponsored by Southern Spiral Pipe, proud supporters of the ISCA.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the iRacing Stock Car Association Tucson Sound Dart Cup and Super Cup Series for the Southern Spiral Pipe 200 at Atlanta Super Speedway. And we saw an excellent race on Thursday. I have no doubts that tonight is going to be very much a similar case here, as we're going to tackle 134 laps here tonight. Of course, we are still in practice, 51 seconds here until we actually do end in practice, and a lot of fast guys already out there on the track, a lot of guys that already competed on that Thursday race, and excited to see what these guys have in store for us here. We know tire wear was something that we saw, we're actually quite surprised for on Thursday, so I think that's going to be another big factor here that you don't really expect to see on super speedways. But as always, I'm joined in the booth by Big Al. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
Doing just great, Brian, and super excited to be back at the Atlanta Super Speedway. And this Super Speedway is new and improved, and it is indeed racing like a super speedway. For those of you that did not join us on that Thursday night race, I do believe you are going to be in for quite the spectacle, as we do have a field a little bit smaller tonight, Brian, as it only looks like there's about 15 cars or so. But nonetheless, I think it's still going to be an exciting event.
That it will, and as you can see the graphic on your screen, this is, of course, the Southern Spiral Pipe 200. 134 laps, as I just mentioned. Stages are going to be 25 and 50. 5 tire sets. That means 4 in the pits, 45-lap fuel window, which I don't know if that's actually kind of true, just considering I know on Thursday we saw guys stretch it to 50. Isn't that right, Big Al?
Yeah, absolutely. We did see the likes of Josh Schaffner actually stretch it out to just a little bit over 53 laps, if my memory serves me correctly. And so, with the likes of like drivers like the 62 of Chris Severa in this field, I do believe we might even see that stretch out just a little bit forward. Looks like qualifying is underway, Brian. And I'm going to tell you what, I do believe track position at this track is going to be very important. And I think we're going to see some guys elect to try to be very cautious and just kind of stick out in the back here as we make it through these stages, and then battle back as we get about 10 to go in the stage or so, because that's when these tires are actually going to be, I believe, where they're going to kind of rest out a little bit, if you will. But nonetheless, I think it's just going to be an exciting event. We're just going to have to see how this thing checks out.
Yep, for sure. And looking at the points here for the Tucson Sound Art Cup Series, Brian Johnson right now our points leader with 1 win, 150 points. Chris Severa falling back to second here with 1 win. He has 135 points. Jose Acosta's in third. Kenny Powell's in fourth. Robert Pattengale's in fifth. Sixth place belongs to Gary Adamson. Seventh place, Paul Olson. Eighth place, Matt DeCiani. Greg Wachinski's in ninth. Josh Schaffner rounds out our top 10 in points. And taking a look at the Super Cup Series, which actually kind of follows the NASCAR length in a way. It's very long, so kind of takes over the whole year. But Chris Severa right now is out in the lead by a substantial margin. I do believe over 300 points that he has up there in the lead. Eric Kling right now second. Of course, Chris Severa, I should have mentioned, has 6 wins on this season. Quite a large amount of wins. Definitely glad to see that. Eric Kling only has 2, and I don't see him in the field here tonight. Josh Schaffner right now sits in third with 2 wins. Jose Acosta also has 2 wins. We saw him, I do believe, win just recently. Justin Lemine has been falling through the running order here, or the standings here, just because, I mean, he hasn't been here to race, but he still finds himself in 5th place in points. Noah Bitts also in 6th place in points. Kenny Powell has been moving up the rankings here. He is in 7th. 8th place, Brian Johnson. 9th place, Pedro Enrique. And 10th place, Clayton Hoffman. And going a little bit further here, 11th place, Greg Wachinski. Ryan Strunk's in 12th place. Al Kozlowski's in 13th. Robert Pattengale, 14th. Gary Adamson is in 15th. Paul Olson, 16th. And on the outside of the cut line is Kenny Thompson. I don't believe I see him on the track either, so I don't believe we're going to see any real major changes there. But that is your points here for the Super Cup Series.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see Ryan Strunk back on the racetrack again tonight. He actually showed back up here and put down some pretty blistering times there in practice. So if he can actually maintain that pace through the race, it'd be interesting to see how well he's going to pull off. Also, Kendall LeBron, got to give him a shout out, as he is also in this field tonight, along with the 2 Derricks. I believe we got Derek Heitman in the 76 car. Also, The other Derek Jacobs is going to be in that 27. Sorry about the pause there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I know Derek Jacobs actually made a start there on Thursday, but unfortunately got caught up in a wreck early in that race. Felt like, I know I talked to him a little bit. He said he felt like he had a real chance to win that thing, but unfortunately didn't get a chance to let the horses run. Got caught up in an early accident, which could definitely be the case here tonight. But hopefully the guys that did compete in that maybe learned a little bit of lessons on what not to do to get involved in huge accidents like that. We're kind of on board with Ryan Strunk watching his qualifying is wrapping up. We just have a minute left. As Matt DeCiani right now at the top of the board when it comes to his lap time, able to hit a 31.572. And I do believe that is just going to be just good enough to get the pole. I do believe only 11 drivers have elected to qualify here. Oh, look at that. Last second qualifying lap there from Al Kozlowski bumps him up to 4th place.
Yeah, Al Kozlowski, the 88 Speedway Angels car. It's going to be interesting to see how Mr. Kozlowski actually manages himself tonight, as he did get a little bit rowdy there on Thursday, Brian. So as we are bringing qualifying to an end here, it looks like we just got under 20 seconds left. I think it's time we step away and pay some homage to our nation there. And let's listen to this national anthem.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We have the grid set, and let's go ahead and roll right on through that. Looking here, we do see, I do believe, Matt DeCiani, as we mentioned before, he is gotten the pole here. Derek Heitman in 2nd place. Frank Flores going to get 3rd place. Al Kozlowski is going to be 4th. Derek Jacobs going to round out the top 5 here with Kenny Powell in 6th place. Greg Wachinski going to finish, or going to start here in 7th place. John Mullins in 8th. 9th place is going to be Kendall Levron, while Ryan Strunk going to round out our top 10. Definitely going to be an exciting one here tonight, Big Al. I mean, I have no doubts that these guys are going to get wild and crazy. Maybe not so much in the first stage, but then again, you never know with these guys. Yeah, I have no doubts we'll probably see at least one green flag pit stop sometime tonight. At least we hope so. But I mean, I don't know. Could be like what we saw a little bit somewhat last night. I know kind of just started broadcasting the LTAC series with Performance Motor Network, and we saw everybody going down pit road at the same time, and a caution came out. I mean, something similar could happen here. Of course, those are two different tracks, and of course, this is an open setup series. But I have no doubts this is going to be quite an exciting race. Derek Heitman, I think that might be his best starting position I think we've seen so far from him. Haven't seen a whole lot of his name, but I do believe he looks a little familiar. I do believe we have seen him before, just maybe not as much as we'd like. Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see a lot more of that. Probably some more trading paint. This is actually, you'd be surprised at how much, bumping and banging you can do at this track. We were kind of watching practice a bit there, and we were able to see Greg Wychinski kind of pushing Severa around, while they were out there practicing it, and even a little bit of door banging going on. So I mean, it's definitely possible that we could see some contact for sure, and also, when the handling starts to go away in these cars, I mean, I know on Thursday a lot of the guys kind of echoed this, saying that when you enter the enter the corner, that's when you get really loose and you kind of get that tight condition on exit. So also saw a lot of guys kind of running the top and the bottom. So this is a multi-groove track. But here we go. Pace car is pulling off of pit road along with everyone else as we get ready to go green here. Yeah, that it will. 200 miles here for the Southern Spiral Pipe 200. Definitely glad those guys came on board here for tonight. I know one of the cars out there that has that logo on there is, I do believe, Chris Johnson. I think Brian Johnson, is he out there? Yes, he is. So two Southern Spiral Pipe cars are in the field here. So hopefully they have some good luck here tonight, considering they are the title sponsor. Yeah, we already know Al Koslowski. He's good at that shoving, that's for sure. Is him and Kenny Powell lined up on the top there, trying to get clear here to the bottom. It looks like Al Koslowski's going to drop down in front of, I do believe, Frank Flores there. As he's got Derek Jacobs on his rear end pushing him. So already we're seeing a lot of side-by-side action as John Mullins, he was really quick on Thursday too. He's up there on the top trying to follow Frank right now. Ryan Strunk has worked his way up to the back end of Derek Jacobs, who's sitting in third place. Kenny Powell sitting in second. A lot of these guys probably have a little bit of conservation in mind, too. Maybe not in this first stage, but I know later in this race, conservation is going to be everything, because we saw how much the tires wear even over a 25-lap run. And we got a little bit of a cockpit camera here from Derek Heitman as he runs up to the back here of Matt DeCiani. You see in the rearview mirror Frank Flores sitting right there. I mean, this is a tough track, though. I mean, even though it's not, a lot of guys would probably classify this as easy. But I mean, it's so, I'd say, stress-inducing when you're having to sit side by side with these guys. Everybody's wiggling all around. My anxiety would be at an all-time high if I was out there on the racetrack with these guys. So I'm definitely not envying that.